Ogre Dreth.
What's up, Frost Bros? Welcome back to How to Elder Scrolls, more specifically my little mini-series where I'm going through the Elder Scrolls 1 arena and reviewing every single class. And in today's episode, we are currently reviewing the spellsword, the perfect combination of both blade and, well, spell. But anyways, let's go ahead and see what the spellsword can do in the UESP, shall we? So the spellsword is the 16th class in the list of classes in Arena, alphabetically. They have E experience gain, which is the lowest of the low, much like any other mage archetype. They have a hit dice of D12, which is actually the best out of any mage archetype. And they get access to all weapons, can wear up to chain armor, can have up to kite shields, get 25% thieving efficiency, get 1.5 times their intelligence and spell points, don't get critical strikes, and start with a dagger. So spell swords here are in fact under the mage archetypes, and, well, spell swords are pretty much just good at both spell and sword, as the name would imply. As you can see here, spell swords are those few mages who have found that they have a unique ability to cast spells while in armor or using weapons. They are warrior mages, dedicating their lives to learning not only the arts of war, but the ethereal ways of power. They may use any weapon, almost any armor, and any shield except for tower shields. Spell swords, because of their dedication to learning both arts, receive only 1.5 times their intelligence in spell points. This is more than made up for by their versatility in combat and their increased starting hit points. So yeah, as you can see here, spell swords are much like the Night Blades, honestly, but they're like they're like, if there was a bit of a trifecta, like there's the rogue that we just reviewed not too long ago was basically the thief warrior, but honestly the rogues have too low of a hit dice. They really should have fixed that before releasing the game. Night Blades are basically thief mages, and spell swords are warrior mages, and bards are basically just warrior mage thieves. And honestly, bards are one of my favorites still. They're definitely up there because of that, since they do also get critical strike chance. Well, anyways, looking at advantages, highest health point gain per level up of the mage classes, being a D12. Possesses an average amount of maximum spell points with a 1.5 times multiplier tied with Night Blades. Can use any type of weapon, and can equip and use up to chain armor and kite shields. Disadvantages: relatively restricted maximum spell points, up to 150 with an intelligence of 100, compared to other mage classes, and cannot equip plate armor or tower shields. Honestly, these two disadvantages aren't really proper disadvantages, because, like, having magic in this game is better than having no magic, and honestly, plate armor and tower shields are great and all, but, like, when you have magic that's completely nullifies the need of having better armor or protective abilities, then having plate armor and tower shields would just really be too overpowered, on top of being able to just, say, give yourself 10,000 extra hit points. Well, anyways, notes. Spell swords are one of the most versatile classes in the game, with ample abilities in both combat and magic. Due to this, there are many potential strategies one can use in order to effectively level and use a spell sword all the way through to the end of the game. Though their total spell points are somewhat limited compared to other mage classes, effective use of the Spellmaker can still allow for the creation and use of very powerful spells. A relatively balanced approach to increasing attributes during level ups is useful for spell swords and can pay off at the higher levels, especially combined with their relatively decent potential health point gains. Spell swords can be seen as the combat-oriented counterpart to Nightblades, in that they both are hybrid classes and possess 1.5 times their intelligence and spell points. Well, anyways, that seems to be just about everything on the UESP, but of course, we gotta give the 1 hour playtest mark, so let's go ahead and hop in Arena and see how we do as a spell sword. Okay, here we are in character creation. We're going to, of course, select our class, and we're honestly getting quite close to the end of this list. Like, after spell sword, we'll literally just have the two last, I guess, poster boy archetypes that I haven't checked yet, because we've seen the mage, which is the poster boy of the mage archetypes. Haven't gotten through the thief or the warrior yet, and those are literally the last two. But anyways, there's really just only one spell sword, in my opinion, that truly has any leniency. If you know, you know. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and get on into it. Go ahead and make our spell sword. He's going to be Eugene from Eugene from High Rock. And let's see here. Got to be intelligent. Got to be somewhat strong. Mostly agile though. Time to distribute some points. Yeah, so ooh, that endurance is definitely pretty low, isn't it? But hey, the starting health should be high enough to mitigate that. Let's see here. Alright, oh, I did... Hey, when my mouse sticks... and I guess we do get a lot of spell points, or at least a decent amount, so like starting with a good spell point modifier, yeah. Definitely want to have at least a half decent strength. Definitely want to have a +0 in damage at the very least. Wouldn't want a -2, good god, my guy. I mean, how many points would I be throwing into strength just to... I mean, I guess I do have enough that if I wanted to, I could get a 62 agility. I mean, would that be good enough? I mean, 27 health. I've had worse characters, honestly. Like, I'm going to be real with you. I've played worse. So yeah, let's go ahead and get Eugene on into this. And let's see how far we can get. We should definitely be able to get to the island and do the first quest, honestly, but yeah. I won't put in my full opinion until after I do the full test. So yeah, we got our dagger out. Gonna, of course, grab the key at the start of this cell. And just out here is where the first loot pile is. And of course, we're going to save scumming from this loot pile so we can try and get some good to start Eugene off here. So catch y'all after a bit. Okay, so we got an enchanted longsword here, and what looks like an adamantine bracelet. That's already +4 armor rating, so that's pretty good. This longsword looks like it might have something special on it. Not sure if it's... Okay, it is a spell longsword. But I mean, hey, enchanted longsword is better than no longsword at all. Or I guess, at least better than a dagger. So yeah, we got ourselves a good starting weapon here. I'm gonna go down here to where the goblins are. Goblins don't seem to be hanging out at the moment, so let's go ahead and jump across and get hit by goblins. Are you kidding me? Okay, I'm just gonna step over here then. So we got goblins hanging out over here. I'm gonna fire dart one of them. And of course that did like absolutely nothing. Here, if I run over this way, that'll convince them to like scrunch up in the other area, and yeah. Okay, we're gonna have to reload. I know I dropped a save after I grabbed the longsword. Yeah, this is definitely the longsword here. Right? Yep, yeah, good. So yeah, we're just gonna try that again, but this time not fall into the water. That's actually one of the first times in a while that I've actually fallen into the water like that. But hey, I can at least get it across, and yeah, these goblins can hit me pretty easily. But hey, I got healing, so I can just undo some damage. And yeah, I mean, I already got a long sword, so I should be able to just take out a few of these guys. And got rats up ahead. Yeah, I know the rats are going to be all around me. But yeah, they're just rats. Just rats. They're not anything special. They go down like 1 or 2 hits. And we just got a level up. Alright, so we're going to throw... let's see here, we got 4 points from that. I'm going to throw that into agility. Yeah, 65 agility seems good. I'm going to throw another point into intelligence. Yeah, and honestly, I should be good with a 43 strength for a while. Alright, so I'm going to drop a save here. We're going to see how well we can just rest up. We got enemies up coming. Can I actually heal now? Yeah, there we go. Light heal got cheaper. So healing is going to be easier. And of course I don't have to worry, I actually don't need to worry about having to get spell point potions or any special way to restore spell points, because of course I'm not playing a sorcerer. That is honestly one of my only real gripes about the sorcerer class in this game. But yeah, it is nice that the last mage we're reviewing here doesn't have stunted spell points. Alright. Got some goblins here, nothing special. Go ahead and rest up again. I guess 3 hours will do. Oh. Checking the logbook. Well, yeah, I managed to kill a rando. He had some leather stuff. I guess we can sell this stuff, because, yeah, Nightblade. He didn't really have much on him, did he? In here, I should be able to just rest till fully healed to get the rest of that health back. There we go. Alright. Now, let's see here. Currently 4 in the morning. So we're definitely going to want to... Nope. Definitely going to want to rest up until it's a little more in the morning, so that way monsters don't try to eat me. Oh, got bandits. At least bandits drop a good bit of heal up. Heal up. I don't think I can heal again. Yeah. I died before I could even try. Alright, let's try this again. There we go. Yep, 7 in the morning. That should be good enough. And we should have a decent amount of XP as well for grinding up in Stonekeep when we get to it. Ah, nice foggy morning in... What town are we in? We're in Wayrest. Okay, I mean, it's definitely one of the more popular areas in High Rock. We're hanging out where Queen Baronzaya is. Over here in Wayrest, of all places. Nice, nice. Can we join the Knights of the Rose while we're here? Alright. Let's see here. We got the City State Gear Store. Gonna drop a save here. I guess buy some equipment. Might even be able to sell the sword for a better sword, because I guess a Daikatana would still do more damage than the longsword we got. Because, I mean, this is just a spell longsword. It's not a full-on enchanted longsword. It's not like a ebony longsword or anything, so... Let's see what armor and weapons this guy has. Yeah, he has a Daikatana, so we'll definitely take that. In fact, here, I guess while I'm here, I'll just buy the Daikatana, replace my weapon, and then sell all my other gear. So let's see here, 50 gold, yeah, I'll try to barter that down to like 37. Maybe, 37. Have you tried 36? Okay, 37. I'll take it for 38. Yeah, that seems like a fair deal. You know, that's a bit of a margin from 50, so that's a fair deal. Alright. Pull out my Daikatana. And time to sell all my armor and weapons that I'm probably not going to use ever. So we'll start with all this leather stuff. I'm not even going to barter with it, because, like, it's sold for dirt cheap, so I would get, like, dirt more if I barter. Like, maybe I could get another 3 gold out of this buckler, but, you know, I'm not going to try. Definitely not getting anything else out of these daggers that only sell for 1 gold, though, because, like, I ain't even gonna come close. 2 gold for a Tono. And this longsword sells for 3,741 as its base cost, so I can't take it any lower than 5,000, so okay, fine, I'll sell it for the low price of 4,800. The low price of 4,600. Yeah, you see, 4,600 is a bit more of a fair deal. Just keep raising your side until... Surprising we couldn't make a deal. Oh, screw you, pal. You know you wanted to buy it for 4,600. Yeah, just buy it for buy it for 4,600. It's not like it's that much of a rip-off or scam. It's just a 4,600 gold longsword. Fine, I suppose you'll pull my leg and force me to sell it for only 4,573. Gosh. Okay, but seriously though, we just got a decent bit of gold, so now we should be able to buy all the armor we need. And I personally think we're going to get the full set of chain. And I mean, yeah, I don't think I need to barter down chain all that much, because we definitely got enough gold for it. So yeah, we'll see how far we get just by getting ourselves a chain set. You see, this is real beauty of Daggerfall. Get an enchanted item in like the tutorial dungeon, sell it, and you just get all the equipment you really need. You know, like, that's your real starting equipment. Only real objective is get out of the tutorial as soon as possible. That's the only challenge, really. But once you do so, you get everything you need on a silver platter. If you just know where to look. Let's see here, so... now we just need the pauldrons. Alright. And that should be the full set, right? Yeah, there we go. We got the greaves, we got the boots, the cuirass, the pauldrons, the gauntlets, and the helmet. Now we just went from a +3 armor rating down to a -3 armor rating. That is looking snazzy. Alright, now we just need better enchanted gear and we should be good. Should be good and golden. Let's go ahead and head over to Queen Blubumka's and grab her first quest, and I guess also make a few spells over at the Mage's Guild while we're there. So yeah, just head down to Rahad. Alright, here we are in Rahad. So now we're just gonna run on through to this side, go by the Mage's Guild real quick, see what kind of spells we can make with our 4,000 gold. I mean, that's enough to get some stuff, you know. I should be able to at least get a decent shield spell. I mean, we're only level 2, so it's not like all my spells are going to be crazy. I mean, we're only level 2 and I only have 96 spell points, so guess we should be... I guess we're a little slim pickings on what kind of spells we can get, but, you know, it shouldn't be too limiting. I mean, our Bard was able to do pretty good, so... Let's see here. So we're going to go ahead and get a Create spell. Create Shield. Let's see here, if I just throw in, say, 12 hit points per level, that's a casting cost of 125, so we can't do 12 per level, maybe 8? Ooh, we're getting close. 9. Yeah, so 9 points per level, so that's a solid 19 hit points when we cast this spell at level 2. So this is going to be, I guess, just a basic false life, you know? It's not like it's really that crazy. This really is just false life from 5e D&D. Let's see here, and then I guess get another spell. Do I want to have... I'm trying to think. I guess we could get a light spell. Light level 5. Keep it at 5 rounds per level. This is just going to be Lantern. And those 2 spells should be more than enough to get us through. And here, we're just going to immediately cast False Life. There we go. That there's an extra 19 hit points, so we currently have 49 hit points with False Life active. And that'll only get stronger as we level up. By 9 points every time we level up, to be exact. We can definitely get a stronger shield spell later, though, because as you level up, spells also get cheaper, which is absolutely ridiculous in this game. But it's one thing I just love. Because it does mean that, in theory, every single spell you make in this game can eventually hit 1 spell point to cast. And you can have all sorts of wild effects. Though by the time that level comes around, then you don't really need to have any real spells with a lot of wild effects, because, like, enemies only get so many hit points because there's no real level scaling in this game. You just get higher level enemies as you level up. So eventually you'll just hit a point where you're only fighting liches and fire daemons, and they have a set amount of health of, like, I think liches have like 750 health. So I only need to do like 750 damage in a single attack just to one-shot them. So by that point, like, by the time that every spell is just one magic, a simple little touch spell that does, say, 25 per level should be able to easily one-shot a Lich, while also dealing well over the Lich's base hit points. Like, more than double. But, you know, it's just what it is. Here, we're just gonna save here and I guess, rest Scum up a little, so we can get some spell points for casting Light. Or casting Lantern, my bad. That'll last for 10 rounds at our current level, and it'll just let us see a little better. You know, just one of those neat little vanities of just being a magic user. Not like we're going to have this privilege for much longer for the next 2 episodes, the last 2 videos I'm going to do on class reviews. But anywho, looks like we're able to get to these piles pretty easily. Let's go ahead and go fight the Minotaur. I mean, we're only level 2, but we should be able to take on the Minotaur. Oh, our Lantern spell just wore off. So yeah, I guess it doesn't have the highest duration. Oh, and of course our false life just got eaten up. And we did level up, so that does mean that everything's a little cheaper. Here we're going to give ourselves a few more spell points. There we go. Yeah, just 100 spell points exactly at our intelligence rating of... Huh. Well, anyways... Let's see here. So False Life only costs 63 spell points now, not bad. Lantern only costs 25 spell points now, not bad. See, they get cheaper by a good margin. We should be able to rest up here till fully healed pretty easily. And of course, False Life. That'll give us a little extra hit points. And we'll cast Lantern. Didn't really take away a lot of our spell points there. And we can of course see a little better for 15 rounds now. Oh, got the Minotaur. Can we kill him? Yes, we can. Alright, nice. Managed to fight the Minotaur of the bedrooms. I guess the eastern bedrooms. The bedrooms on the east side of the dungeon. Where the king was hiding out when the goblins attacked. According to the dungeon letters, the dungeon notes that you see as you walk through. And hey, we can kill the 30 goblins hanging out in the throne room area. Or at least behind the throne. There we go. Yeah, that should give us a little bit of extra XP. And there's the throne room. We got wolves up here. Oh, Lantern just wore off. I mean, I guess we could recast Lantern. Oh, level of experience. Not bad. We'll throw it into agility. Because I think, ooh, twice as many of them. Nice. Nice. That's brain rot, though. Anyways. we're just gonna go ahead and rush through this area. And get set up over by the Skeleton area. Or the Bone Brigade, I guess. Go ahead and heal on up. Then we're going to False Life. Heal on up. And honestly, I think we should be good enough to face on the skeletons. Because, I mean, we got enough healing. We can lantern up. I feel like we have enough temporary hit points that we should be able to take them on. Oh, come on. There we go. Just had to find my R2. Not R2. M2. There we go. Took out some skeletons. Got plenty more skeletons. Having a lantern is nice because I can see that there's so many skeletons tearing through me. I can false life up again. And light heal. Okay. Does seem like they can go through my false life pretty quickly. I guess it's not that many temporary hit points, but hey. Does look like I'm able to take out the rest of them. Yeah, there we go. And level up again. Now we're level 5. Yeah, so I guess I will throw another point into agility. 3 more into intelligence. Ooh, where do I put my last point? I'll just throw it into agility. It's nice to have a mix of agility and intelligence for spell swords and bards and basically any magic class, really. Or any class that can really just use spell points, because, like... Yeah. Here, we can also false life up. And I mean... honestly, we're doing pretty good here. I feel like we definitely have enough combative potential on top of being able to use magic that we should be able to, even though we're just level 5 and we don't exactly have the best shield spell, I might be able to take on the Ghoul Island. Oh, got a ghoul. I'm missing my hits, but he's going through my false life. There we go. Took him out. Got a couple more ghouls. Went through my false life again. I swear I used false life, right? Do they really just do that much damage? There is no shot that that guy managed to one-shot my false life. I mean, here, I'm going to reactivate false life just in case there was a fluke. I don't think there would have been a fluke there. Alright, well, we should definitely be able to cast false life at least a few times. I mean, I guess it should be somewhat decent healing. I mean, I'm able to take on these two guys pretty easily. Take them both at the same time seem to... Oh, saw my hit part. Yep, that's moving. Okay, well, my false life went through. But I managed to kill 3 ghouls and level up again. So I guess it didn't really matter in the end. Here we go, 75 agility. That's the point when I would start focusing on nothing but intelligence. I could still see pretty well. And Locke has nothing to fear from me. Turns out that's one hell of a smart Locke. Too bad I can't read. Despite my 71 intelligence. Ugh. Okay, never mind. This chest just doesn't want to budge this time around, it seems. That is actually kind of crazy. Okay, we'll leave that chest. We'll collect the rest of the loot. I didn't want to loot that chest anyways. So, yeah. I mean... Oh, encumbered. Okay. Yeah, I guess our strength is low. But we did manage to grab the first MacGuffin needed for the main quest. And I mean, I feel like we didn't really have to... I feel like we got through this in record time. Like, I feel like I still have plenty of room to do whatever the hell I want. Like, or plenty of time to do anything else. But yeah. Guess that's spellsword. Honestly, I'm surprised. I mean, I guess I didn't really think about how... Like, I guess healer is somewhat close, but like, I guess being able to have a Daikatana on top of having chain armor, on top of having access to magic, does allow you to go through the area pretty well. Like, honestly, it's kind of crazy just seeing how quickly a spellsword could just wipe out Stonekeep with such a low tier shield spell as well. Like, that is not a very good shield spell I made, and I still managed to wipe out just about all of Stonekeep. Like, all of the crazy enemies that are in the way, at least. Because those ghouls are meant to really be a hurdle. Honestly, this is a pretty well-rounded class. I would recommend this class as being a good first pick for anyone doing their first playthrough in Arena. Between this, the healer, and the battle mage, they're definitely top 3 there. I'd rate this class about a... I'd rate this class an 8 out of 10. It's definitely very good. You know, like a... I guess it doesn't... I'll rate it 9 out of 10. You know, this is a 9 out of 10 class right here. Like, you get access to spell points, that's more than enough. And then on top of that, you do also get a good amount of health on top of having a good amount of protection and combative abilities. Like, you get access to the Daikatana, the best weapon in the game, arguably. So, like... What is there to not like about the spellsword, honestly? Like, it's just a pretty solid, well-rounded class all the way through. Like, it honestly feels like this was the first class they decided to make, and they made every other class as just different challenge runs. Like, the battle mage is, what if you didn't have that much healing? The healer is, what if you didn't have that much damage? The mage is, what if you didn't have armor? And I would say the skill floor for this class is definitely very low. This is honestly one of the easiest classes to pick up for the game, because, like, you get everything, basically. You get all you need. You don't really need to worry too much about anything like, oh no, you can't wear plate armor anyways. Like, only 3 classes get that luxury anyways, so, like, what does that matter? Tower shields are kind of mid, because two-handed weapons do more damage anyways. And of course, just magic itself is a whole other can of worms. And the skill ceiling? I'd say the skill ceiling is actually kind of middle. Because, like, there isn't really that much you can build off of this class, because, like, sure, you get a lot of everything, but, like, you don't exactly get a lot of spell points to play with in the long run. And I guess there isn't really that much of any, like, special abilities for this class. Like, the whole special ability of this class is you get magic and you get combat. That's it. You don't get specialized critical hit chance, so you don't have to try and min-max certain weapons. You don't get specialized thieving, so you don't get the luxury of basically being able to just rob certain areas. So, like, there isn't really much you can build up from this class. Like, if that makes sense. Like, it's kind of a bland class, though that's not a bad thing. Like, it's just kind of the John Elder Scrolls of Arena, if that makes sense. But anyways, I hope y'all found this video entertaining. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope y'all found this video helpful. This has been your bro Frostbrew, and I think I'm going to catch you on the next one. Later!